Hello?
Five flaming rings. Four sandy cheeks.
Howdy, SpongeBob!
The SpongeBob Movie. Search for SquarePants is positioned as a fresh, cinematic chapter that brings the familiar underwater world back to the big screen while pushing the story into new emotional and adventurous territory. The project has been talked about as a continuation of the long-running legacy of SpongeBob SquarePants, blending classic humor with a sense of scale that feels worthy of a theatrical experience. This film is framed as a journey that challenges SpongeBob in ways he hasn't faced before, moving beyond the usual Bikini Bottom mishaps into something that feels bigger, stranger, and more personal. The tone balances playful comedy with moments that explore bravery, identity, and friendship, keeping it accessible for younger viewers while still offering layers longtime fans can appreciate. At the heart of the story is SpongeBob's unshakable optimism, which becomes both his greatest strength and his greatest test. The narrative revolves around a situation where SpongeBob must confront the idea of being separated from the world he knows, forcing him to rely on his inner courage rather than his routine. This setup allows the movie to explore what makes SpongeBob who he is when familiar comforts are stripped away. The emotional drive comes from the idea of searching, not just for a place or person, but for self-belief. As SpongeBob learns that his kindness and determination matter even in the most overwhelming circumstances, the supporting characters play essential roles in shaping this journey. Patrick's loyalty is highlighted as a grounding force, reminding SpongeBob of the value of unconditional friendship even when logic and planning fall apart. Squidward brings a mix of reluctant involvement and surprising depth, offering moments where his cynicism clashes with unexpected care. Mr. Krabs adds urgency through his obsession with protecting what he values, while Sandy's intelligence and fearless approach provide practical solutions when the odds seem impossible. Together, they form a group dynamic that feels familiar yet refreshed. Allowing each character to grow in subtle but meaningful ways, the plot leans into the idea of exploration, taking the characters far beyond their usual settings. New locations introduce strange creatures, mysterious environments, and challenges that test teamwork. These settings are designed to feel imaginative and visually rich, expanding the underwater universe while maintaining the whimsical logic that defines the franchise. Each obstacle pushes the characters to adapt, emphasizing that growth often comes from uncertainty. The pacing alternates between fast-moving comedic sequences and quieter moments that let emotions breathe, creating a rhythm that keeps the audience engaged throughout the journey. A significant aspect of the film is how it handles humor. The comedy stays true to SpongeBob's signature style, mixing visual gags, wordplay, and absurd situations, but it also incorporates more situational humor rooted in character development. Laughs often come from seeing how familiar personalities react when placed in unfamiliar circumstances. This approach allows jokes to feel organic rather than forced, and it helps the humor support the story instead of distracting from it. The balance between comedy and heart is a key part of what defines this movie's identity. From an animation perspective, the movie is described as embracing a polished, cinematic look while still honoring the hand-drawn charm associated with SpongeBob. The character designs remain recognizable, but the environments and lighting are elevated to create a sense of scale and immersion. Action sequences are more dynamic, using fluid motion and expressive animation to enhance emotional beats. The visual style aims to feel both nostalgic and modern, bridging generations of fans who grew up with the show and newcomers experiencing it for the first time on the big screen. Music and sound design play a crucial role in setting the mood. The score is expected to blend playful melodies with more dramatic themes, reflecting the highs and lows of the adventure. Familiar musical cues evoke nostalgia, while new compositions underscore moments of tension and discovery. Sound effects remain exaggerated and cartoonish, reinforcing the franchise's identity while supporting the cinematic scope. Together, these elements help create an atmosphere that feels lively, emotional, and distinctly SpongeBob. The voice performances are central to maintaining the authenticity of the characters. Returning voices bring continuity and comfort, ensuring that each character sounds exactly as fans expect. The delivery emphasizes emotional range, allowing moments of vulnerability and excitement to shine. New voices introduced for original characters add texture to the world, offering fresh personalities that complement the established cast. The chemistry between voices is especially important in scenes centered on teamwork and conflict. Making relationships feel genuine despite the fantastical setting, themes of courage and self-discovery run throughout the film. SpongeBob's journey reflects the idea that bravery doesn't mean the absence of fear, but the willingness to move forward despite it. The story suggests that even the most cheerful individuals can face doubt, and that recognizing one's own value is a powerful step toward growth. Friendship is portrayed as a source of strength, emphasizing that support from others can help overcome even the most daunting challenges. These themes are woven into the narrative in a way that feels natural rather than preachy. Another important theme is adaptability. Characters are forced to rethink their roles and expectations, learning that flexibility can lead to unexpected success. This message resonates across age groups, offering younger viewers a simple lesson about trying new approaches while giving older audiences a reminder of the importance of resilience. The film uses its fantastical scenarios as metaphors for real-life challenges, making the story relatable without losing its sense of fun. The build-up to the movie has generated interest due to its promise of expanding the SpongeBob universe. Discussions around the project highlight its intention to stand on its own while still respecting the long history of the franchise. Rather than relying solely on nostalgia, the film aims to create memorable moments that feel new and exciting. This approach reflects an understanding that the audience includes both longtime fans and viewers encountering SpongeBob for the first time. The way the story unfolds allows for surprises without abandoning the core identity of the series. Twists are designed to feel earned, emerging naturally from character choices rather than shock value. Emotional beats are given time to resonate, ensuring that the audience can connect with the characters' experiences. The resolution emphasizes growth and unity, reinforcing the idea that challenges can strengthen relationships rather than weaken them. In terms of pacing, the movie balances adventure and reflection. High-energy sequences keep the momentum strong, while quieter scenes provide space for character interaction and emotional grounding. This structure helps maintain engagement across its runtime, preventing the story from feeling rushed or overly drawn out. Each segment contributes to the overall arc, making the journey feel cohesive and purposeful. The creative direction reflects a desire to honor the spirit of SpongeBob while pushing boundaries. The filmmakers appear focused on delivering a story that feels meaningful without sacrificing humor. By placing SpongeBob in situations that test his identity, the movie offers a deeper look at what defines him beyond his cheerful exterior. This depth adds emotional weight, making the adventure more than just a series of comedic events. Audience expectations are shaped by the franchise's long history, and the movie seems aware of that responsibility. It embraces iconic elements like friendship, optimism, and absurdity while introducing new challenges that keep the story fresh. This balance helps ensure that the film doesn't feel like a retread of previous stories, instead offering a new chapter that stands confidently on its own. As a cinematic experience, the movie is positioned to appeal to families, blending humor that works on multiple levels with themes that resonate across ages. Younger viewers can enjoy the colorful visuals and slapstick comedy, while older fans can appreciate the emotional nuance and character growth. This layered approach is a key reason why SpongeBob continues to endure as a cultural icon. The anticipation surrounding the release reflects confidence in the franchise's ability to evolve. Conversations about the movie focus on its potential to capture the magic of SpongeBob while delivering something unexpected. The emphasis on adventure, emotion, and self-discovery suggests a story that aims to leave a lasting impression rather than simply entertain for a moment. Ultimately, the SpongeBob Movie, Search for SquarePants, is framed as a celebration of what makes SpongeBob special while acknowledging that growth often comes from stepping into the unknown. The film's blend of humor, heart, and imagination aims to remind audiences why this character has remained beloved for so long. By focusing on courage, friendship, and identity, the story seeks to resonate beyond the screen, offering a meaningful experience wrapped in the familiar joy of Bikini Bottom's most optimistic resident.